Good day. My name is Esther Orellana with SOS Math 504. We are going to review a topic that is very important whenever we do operation for fractions because always we have to simplify the answer. If we add, subtract, multiply, or divide, we always have to simplify the answer and give that in lowest terms. If you work with the calculator, you know that the answer will be always completely simplified. So we are going to write equivalent fractions in lowest terms. Equivalent fractions represent the same quantity, the same number. For example, if we multiply or divide the numerator. Here we have the numerator over the denominator by the same number. We multiply the numerator by the same number and the denominator multiplied by the same number or divide, we have an equivalent fraction. For example, in 3 over 5, I have the denominator of 10. Why? Because this 5 was multiplied, the denominator was multiplied times 3. So whatever I do in the numerator must be done in the denominator. In this case, we are going to multiply numerator and denominator times 2. 5 times 2, 10 was given. So I need to complete 3 times 2 is 6. So the answer for this is 6. So 3, 6, and 6 and are representing the same number. They are equivalent fractions. In the next example, I have 3/5 and the numerator is 9. That means that the numerator was multiplied times 3. So if that was done in the numerator, I must do that in the denominator. 3 times 3, 9. 5 times 3, 15. So 3/5 and 9/15 are equivalent. We can do equivalent fractions. We can find equivalent fractions multiplying or dividing. In this case, the clue given here in this exercise is 12 in the denominator and 3 in the denominator. That the meaning is that this 12 was divided by 4. So if the denominator was divided by 4, I need to do that in the numerator. And the answer would be 2. So 8/12 is the same as 2/3. Sometimes it's very easy to find the equivalent fraction when we have a clue. But in some other times, we don't have anything. We need to find it. And the easiest way to find it is not doing that by parts, but using the greatest common factor. The greatest number that is a factor of both numerator and denominator. So if we're gonna find the GCF of this fraction 45 over 54, okay, we write the factors of 45, the factors of 45. 45 is divisible by 3, by 5, by 9, by 15, and we finish the list of numbers, the list of factors with the same number, 45. 54 has a factor of 2, 3, 6, 9, 18, 27, and 54. But what is the greatest number that is in both lists of factors? I have 3 here, and I have 3 here. But that is not the greatest number. The greatest number is 9 that is in both lists. That is the greatest common factor. And then I'm going to divide because we are going, when we have fractions in lowest terms, means that we are going to write the smallest fraction that we can write. Either we have a prime number, like the 5 in this case, or we have 1, either in the numerator or denominator. If we have a prime number in the numerator or denominator or 1, that fraction is completely simplified. So I use the 9. 45 divided by 9 is 5, and 54 divided by 9 is 6. So 45/54 is equivalent of 5/6. If we simplify directly, we don't need to do this operation all the time. But most of the examples, we need to work with them because it's not so easy to find the simplest form. Like the example that I have here, 6 and 15. We know that 6 and 15 are in the table of 3. So I'm going to divide by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So 6/15, 6/15, and 2/5 are equivalent fractions. And this is in lowest terms. We can write any fraction as an equivalent fraction multiplying. Examples over here. Multiplying. If I have 4/5 and I multiply 4 times 2, 5 times 2, I'm going to have the equivalent fraction 8/10. And I can multiply 8/10 by 3. And I'm going to have 24/30, and that will be an equivalent fraction of 4/5. If I multiply the result by 3 up and down, my answer will be 24/30 and 4/5, 8/10, and 24/30 means the same number written in different forms. Let's do some examples. Let's write some examples and practice. If I have, let's write example number 1. 12/36. You need to handle the timetables perfectly, right? Okay. 12 and 36 are in the table of 12, right? Or in the table of 6. The greatest common factor here is 12. I could divide 12 and 36 by 2, and my answer will be, right? And I can divide by 2 again, and my answer will be 6 divided by 2, 18 divided by 2. And then I can divide by 3, and my answer will be 1/3. 1, 2, 3 steps. But if I use the greatest common factor, 12/36 divided divided by the greatest common factor of numerator and denominator, at once I can find the answer. 12 divided by 12, 1. 36 divided by 12, 3. See? In one step. We can skip this part also if we know the timetables very well. Let's do another example. Let's do another example. Example number 2. If I have 27 over 81, we can find the greatest common factor. Let's find the greatest common factor of these two numbers. 27. 27 has factors divisible by 3, right? Divisible by 9 in the table of 9, and 27 is divisible by 27 also. 81 factors of 81. 3, 9, 27, and 81. I have, in both lists, I have 3. Both have the same factor 3. Both have the same factor 9 and 27. But we are looking for the greatest. And the greatest is 27. So, if we want to work with this directly, we divide 27 by 27 and 81 divided by 27. And the answer is 27 divided by 27, 1. 81 divided by 27, 3. And this, again, is the equivalent fraction in lowest terms. These two numbers represent the same quantity, but this is in lowest terms. It's completely simplified. Another example. Let's do example number 3. 21, 28. If you remember, 21 and 28, both numbers are in the table of 7. So we can do that directly when the numbers are easy. 21 divided by 7 and 28 divided by 7. And my answer is 3 over 4. So 28, 21, 28, and 3 over 4 are equivalent terms. Let's do another example. Number 4. When the numbers are not so easy, it's always better to find the greatest common factor. What would be the equivalent fraction for 6476? Let's find out. Greatest common factor. Let's write it here. That the greatest common factor is. Greatest common factor. We're going to write that there. We have that 64 is even because it's ended with 4, and that is then one of the factors or divisors, 4, right? 8 times 8 is 64. And then we can have 8 times 2 is 16. Give us 64. 32, and we finish with the same number, 64. And for the 76, no, hey, wait. For 76, that is divisible by 2. That is divisible by 2, divisible by 4, let's, all right, 76, by 19, by 38, and let's finish with 76, all right? So, 2 is in both list of numbers, or also 16, 2, 4, 19, 38, 76. The greatest common factor here that we can use then as we have here is only the 4. Let's use that. 64 divided by 4. 76 divided by 4. Let's find the answer. 64 divided by 4 is 16. 16. 16. And 76 divided by 4 is 19. 19 is a prime number, so we cannot continue simplifying that. Okay? So this is the answer. 19 is a prime number. Whenever I have a prime number or 1, that fraction is completely simplified. 1. So 12 over 36 is completely simplified. Same as in number 2, 1 over 3, completely simplified. In here, 3 is a prime number, so 21, 28 is completely simplified, and number 4 also, because 19 is a prime number. Let's do some other examples. Let's do an easy one. Let's do an easy one. Let's do number 5. Number 5 is 12 over 96. 96 is 8 times 12. So that is easy. So let's use greatest common factor will be then 12. So I'm going to write 12 divided by 12 and 96 divided by 12. And the answer will be 1 over 8. 8 times 12, 96. One more. Number 6. One more. Number 6. Let's use 45 over 75. Greatest common factor. Okay, greatest common factor of these two numbers, numerator and denominator. Let's find out. 45. 45, a factors of 3, 5, 9, 15, and 45. And 75. factors of 3, 5, 15, 25, and 75. So let's see. Common factors are 3, 5, and 15, but the greatest is that we have common numbers. 3, both is 5, but the greatest of all common factors is 15. That is the greatest common factor. And then 45 divided by 15, 75 divided by 15 is 3 over 5. 3 and 5 both are prime numbers. This is completely simplified. We have written, right, a fraction equivalent in lowest terms. We have some other type of fractions, like improper fractions, okay, that we need to write. Improper fractions written to mixed numbers and mixed numbers to improper. So let's do some examples about that. Always the answer of any fraction, either we add, subtract, multiply, and divide, must be given in lowest terms. Okay, let's remember what is a mixed number. Mixed number. And what is improper fraction? If I have 19 over 12, because the numerator is greater than the denominator, okay, this is called improper fraction. But we can write this as a mixed number dividing 19 divided by 12 is equal to 1, and remainder is 7, and we write the 7 as the remainder, right? 19 divided by 12. 1 times 12, we subtract, the remainder is 7. So we write the 7 over 12. And this is a mixed number. The practice for this lesson or these examples, we are going to stop here for today. Thanks for your attention. If you like the video, give us a thumb up, subscribe, share, write a comment. SOS Math 504 is a non-profit channel. It's free for everyone, anywhere so far.